I think, yeah, general broad patterns, and these are just like patterns. It's not to read too much into them.
Hmm.
But first-time founders, you can always tell a first-time founder from a second-time founder. Like for me, second time around, I could like tell, like I
Hmm.
knew there's this certain level of maturity that comes from second-time founders where they've seen like the early struggles, the journey,
Hmm.
and what it takes to like build it out. And so I mean they'll probably make mistakes, but at least it'll be different from like the ones that they made the first time.
Right.
First time founders are more idealistic. They are less grounded in the sense of like I kind of like that like non-cynical view that they have, which is like I can do anything. If we build this, like lots of users will come use it, and then we will be like $1 billion company in like a couple of years. And they'll just like lay out this plan where you're like, you kind of want to sit back and be like, man, like I wish I was like as idealistic as you are, kind of thing. And you feel like, there's a part of you that feels like, am I so jaded? Am I so cynical that I don't see it? But you also want to like give them the right kind of framework to think about like, okay, how do you think about scaling? How do you think about competition? How do you think about
Hmm.
finding growth if you're looking at international expansion? Like trying to be strategic as opposed to
Hmm.
like, kind of basing it off of like, I have this feeling that things are going to work out kind of thing. So
Yeah.
I think I spend a lot of time trying to figure out what that balance is where I don't want to make them cynical and jaded, but I also don't want them to feel like, why didn't this person just give me advice sooner? Like
Yeah.
this is the reason why I went and spoke to her kind of thing.
Hmm. Hmm.
Other stuff, when to go hire people, when to hire your like team of execs, when to hire um like people to replace the functions that you do.
Hmm.
And it's different for different companies, but at some point you're going to have to figure it out. Most founders do it too late and then they're like burnt out, or they don't trust the person that they've hired, and there's just a lot of issues that comes out of it. That I focus on fundraising. And fundraising is this whole like, for a lot of people it can be challenging because you've never,
Yeah.
like in life you don't generally go about asking people for money. And so it's a very different kind of psychology, skill set, all of that. So it's part sales, but also part like, storytelling, part like product vision, and just being this like enigmatic founder persona who can like, talk about the metrics. Like you kind of have to like check all of these check boxes,
Hmm.
paint this vision of this future where it's going to be really successful, ground it in metrics, give them a sense of like where they can be helpful, what you're going to use the capital for. So you kind of have to do part art and part math. And I think it's kind
Yeah.
of this like big skill set. So I try and help a lot with that. Either it's like pitch decks that I can review, or introductions to other angel investors like myself. Like I do some of
Hmm.
that. So
Hmm.
wherever I can help. Um, Second time founders, mostly they have their things together. They are like, we know exactly what we're doing, and a lot of more often than not they'd come to me for like angel investment,
Hmm.
um and introductions. Like they know exactly who they need to talk to.
Right.
They have very specific challenges that they're trying to overcome,
Hmm.
and they try and like they're very explicit about the problems that they need solving. And
Right.
that's like, it's different because part of it is like you kind of miss the idealistic first time founder attitude, but part of it is like it's like a freight train coming at you. Like they're very focused, they know exactly what they want, and they
Yeah.
spend their time just like asking you for solutions or asking like brainstorming with you, and
Yeah.
that's a different energy level altogether. So I enjoy both.